Good afternoon, Scotland. Good afternoon, Zambia. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. John Lukomona, and I'm so pleased to be with you. But before I say anything officially, proceedings following in this wonderful meeting, the AGM that you're having in Scotland, Zambians in Scotland and friends of Zambians, your association is very important. Let me just read this scripture before I start. It's the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2. This story goes like this. In the month of Nisan, in the 20th year of King Artaxerxes, when wine was brought for him, I took the wine, that's Nehemiah, and gave it to the king. I had not been sad in his presence before, so the king asked me, "Why does your face look so sad when you're not ill?" This can be nothing but sadness of heart. That's the king perceiving Nehemiah. I was very much afraid, but I said to the king, "May the king live forever. Why should my face not look sad when the city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire?" The king said to me, "What is it you want?" Then I prayed to the God of heaven, and I answered the king, "If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in his sight, let him send me to the city in Judah, where my ancestors are buried, that I can rebuild it." Thank you very much. I'll talk a little bit more as we proceed. May I thank God for this wonderful opportunity. You Zambians in Scotland and friends of Zambians, your association is a wonderful association because you stand for noble causes. And with this, I was very much in line to accept the invitation to come and speak as an industry expert, according to what the letter said. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, the Executive Committee. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and all the members of the Association of Zambians and Scotland. And I'm very sure that your objectives will help many far-reaching in many parts of this world. In Scotland, you Zambians where you live, you had the initiative to bring up a group like this one, so that you may address a number of issues that affect Zambians, Scottish people, and also the future generations to come. It's not just about you. May I introduce myself officially? I'm a chairman of Amakayabwingi and also principal and chief executive of the West Midlands Open College, which many of you might have found online and probably your chairman has talked about. As chairman of Amakayabwingi, I received the call from God to set up something like this, but it didn't come quite like this. The story goes like this. There was two gentlemen, I beg your pardon, there was a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Manonzeru. Both these were very educated, married, and living abroad, but very much in debt, broke. And then they thought of a beautiful idea in which they said, let's look for other people that are dead broke like us and in debt. We form a syndicate called a member of 12 people. So that each month we put money on the table and we contribute to one person, the next month, and so forth, until each one of us has had a sum of money passed to them, which they can go and offset the debt. And once that happens, then the debt can only be owed to the group. And the group will raise finances through the same system to set up a company, which will be at a very high level. And those people who are skilled can render their services to this company. And eventually, Mr. and Mrs. Manenzelo and their team set up this thing, and it was fantastic. They began in the real estate, and they began letting out those properties. This is how they came out of debt. When that book was published, many people started reading it. It spoke their story of where they were. They called me, said, "Dr. John Lukomona, what next?" And I went to the Lord, "Lord, what next?" He said, "Set up meetings where you can call experts to talk about different topics." In June of 2005, our first meeting was held. and so forth. We proceeded every 2 months. We hold meetings to the present date. This is 11 years later. Still moving on, plodding on. Our vision is a 250-year vision. So we gave ourselves to build the foundation for 10 years. We have done a 10-year foundation building. Now we are ready to fly. We are remaining with 240 years. Why do we say 240 years? A vision must not be within 5 years. That's the dream. It expires so quick. But a vision must transcend your time, your lifetime for the coming generations. And the 250 years is the first phase of Amakaya Wing. If the Lord doesn't come by that time, this will be built on the coming 1,000 years. And that doesn't sound very long to you because your mindset is already geared for long term. Why do I say so? Some of you have been to cathedrals in this country. When you look at them, they were built 800 years ago and they still look as modern as anything could be because the people that founded them are the foresight. They saw very, very far in the distance. They were not thinking about today. They were thinking about the many, many thousands of years to come today. For today is your future. What you like today depends on what you're doing today. Today is a reflection of the yesterday which is gone by. So if you want to change anything in your life today, begin to do something different today. That's my inspiration. And if you're going through problems, problems are instructions. If you look through history, anybody that made it in life, they went through some problem of some sort. And because of that environment, they were birthed up into a new dimension. New ideas were birthed in that time. So treasure those moments when you're struggling. Go to God and ask Him, what must I do now? What are you teaching me? And that way, you're going to find new things come out of you, which is going to serve the community, glorify God. I want to thank God who has called me, for without Him, I would not have done what I do with my family. I'm a married man with my wife, Denise Lukomona, and the precious daughter, Faith Lukomona. Now going to university this year to do project management, construction, project management. I want to cover a number of topics, and I tell us that you're going to follow me. And before I proceed, we have the book still available to order online, Amakaya Wingi, the original book, which now was converted into the organization that you know as Amakaya Wingi. The title of the first book, Mr. and Mrs. Manonzela, was Amakaya Wingi. Now became a business as you see today. Now, in particular, what do we do in Amakaya Wingi ourselves? We are formed on 4 pillars. And I think there's a video which is on the website. You can follow it. But in summary, I will say we are formed on 4 pillars. The first pillar, as you see on the backdrop, is what we call the promotion. Promotion, this is where, I beg your pardon. Promotion, this is where all our member businesses are promoted. If you came to our platform and join us, we'll promote your business. Secondly, we will educate you. As we educate you, we are also being educated because education is a two-way thing. We learn from candidates as well. And fourthly, you can see at the bottom is linking. We link you to services, we link you to potential partners, we link you to government initiatives. We link you to all sorts of things which are valid in the line of your trade. And also innovation at the bottom there. When you go to the website, you see exactly what we have said. I did a recording whilst in Solwezi. Innovation. Innovation will look for innovative ideas to solve community problems as a business vehicle. We also look at innovative way of creating machinery that can address a problem. And currently we do work with a number of companies, some of which you see on the website, like the Parry Building Products, which are our partners. And if you want more information, you do call us on the number that scrolls on the screen, or the chairman will give you the number. That is the foundation of Amakaya Wing on the 4 platforms, on the 4 pillars. And then we have what we call the dedicated services, which you can see. I can see them very clearly. On the website, you can see them. The first service is introduction services, which is what we get people from where we live in the diaspora and worldwide to introduce them to the new markets in Africa. And now we no longer call them new markets, new opportunities for business partnership in Africa. So where did we start from? Zambia, as you can see the flag of Zambia. I'm Zambian. And I thank God for this nation. This was the beginning of our mission in Zambia. And Zambia have done quite a number of work there. We link with different private partners. We link also through government offices where we obtain information that is important for us in terms of policy. Very critical. And then we have what we call the project review and finance linking. This is where you bring your own project, we review it for you, and if there's a potential, we point you to a financier within our consortium. And these services are available to everyone, members and non-members. If you're a member, you get a discount. If you're a non-member, you pay the commercial rate. Then we have the construction and project linking. This is mega construction work, from roads, hotels, shopping malls, apartments for students, name it. If it falls under that category, Amakaya Wingi conveys that by introducing you to an appropriate member of the consortium who are accredited legally to be able to do these things, and also linked to financing as well. Then we have the service number 4 called consultancy services. This is where on the platform of Amakaya Wingi, via our consortia, we have people that are qualified in certain areas. So you can bring any area of your need for consultation, we are going to serve you. Of course, all these are packaged with different pricing tags depending on the level of service that you require. So Amakaya Wing is well versed in all these areas based on the capabilities of the members of the network. Then we have the most treasured service, which is the conference service and the workshops. The conference service, the major one we do, is every year in June, which I require your attendance to it. It's a powerful platform. This service, you pay for it because you're going to learn. The fees are £70, which is called a silver conference. There's a bronze conference called £50, and there's a premium conference for £150. The silver conference takes place every year in June, where we have different people flying into the country, in the UK, and also local UK businesses. Now, the platform of Amakaya Wingi is not only Zambians that have come on board, many other nationalities based on the trade. This is what we do as Amakaya Wingi. And I trust that when you go to the website of Amakaya Wingi, you find this information. I want to show you just a short clip of some of the travels I've done with our teams. Just stay tuned, don't go away.